The idea that XRP will make history in 2025 is now being talked about, really. I don't think I need to tell you that it's almost 2025. A lot of things are coming together just right for this room to get unbelievably big. The utility side of this place is still being ignored, which is a big problem. That's the most important piece of the puzzle. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about what they mean when they say that XRP is going to make history in 2025. No, I'm not saying that. We're going to talk about it. First, though, let's say hello to everyone in the group. My name is Nick. If you are new to the channel, I hope you will become a user by the end of this video. Also, if you aren't already in free Discord, what are you waiting for? You won't be sorry if you join. The first link at the bottom of this page. Let's start with this post from January 3rd, which is called Derivatives Body ISDA Updates Master Agreement for Tokenized Collateral. Now, this is interesting because many people don't know how big the ISDA is at a number of these groups. In this case, we'll look at the group, right? On their website, you can look at the membership. They gave us something that said the ISDA has more than 1,000 member organizations from 76 countries. This now includes archives, clearing houses, exchanges, and middlemen, international and even regional banks, commodities companies. I mean, this covers pretty much everything since this is a derivatives organization. Everyone from around the world is a member, so you can look at them all if you want to. Some of the names on this list are really crazy. A lot of them are big banks. This is now being talked about because Ripple joined the ISDA. A post from back in about 2023 is right here. I did write a post about it. This is a quote from Crypto Airy, who said that Ripple joined the ISDA along with more than 1,000 other institutions around the world. We'll talk more about this in a moment. I want to come back to this point, though, because this step is still important for the spread of tokenization because the swaps markets are so big. The world derivatives market is worth more than 700 trillion rubles, but only about 20 trillion rubles in real money. But if we look more closely, we can see that they're backing DLT-based money and securities, which opens the door to the tokenized economy. It doesn't matter how far back in time we go, this only goes back to October 15th. We think that everything will be on the chain. This is from Ripple Swell. This is Archix Exchange's CEO Graham Rodford and Ripple's James Wallace talking about how the rise of tokenizing real-world assets is making it possible for digital assets to be used in new ways. Look at this. For example, what do you think about the technological side of that and adding things like CSDs to the mix? How do you get these things to work together, but also how do you speed things up? That way you get more. Yes, I think that's where I'm a little more optimistic about how these assets will be used. We think that everything will be on-chain. There are many ways that this technology helps the issuer, the system, and the investor. In other words, this is bound to happen. You also talked about central stock depositories. 4. People who don't know, companies like DTCC and Euroclear keep track of a lot of widely traded securities. All of them, including Euroclear, Clearstream, and DTCC, are looking into tokenization. Now, what does the fact that all of these big names are looking at tokenization mean? Things are changing a lot. And these players like Ripple and Archix are helping to make it happen. Also, remember that Archix and Acetera joined forces in October to offer tokenized RWAs in the UK and Europe? But when we look into this, we find some information. It's not too crazy, but if we scroll down, we can see some of the financial products that they are thinking about tokenizing. It turns out they're talking about swaps, right? Okay, let's look into this. There you have it. Along with traditional RWAs like real estate and art, Terra currently offers a number of tokenized financial instruments such as transferable securities, fund units, and derivatives. So now we're seeing some of these agreements formed by the big players in order to reach their goal, which is derivatives. It's always been about how things are related. That's the most cash that's been seen in these markets. This is also from October 31st and comes from Archix. They were going to buy the Spanish firm KSCM. We could see that this is built on adding crypto derivatives, focusing on distribution and, crypto derivatives, setting us up well for the upcoming implementation of mejor in the EU. If we look into it again, here it is again. Everything we are seeing now is based on derivatives. The job was made in August 2023. And I said yesterday I made a video talking about the big news that Ripple is joining the ISDA. This is happening at a very interesting time, especially after the lawsuit ruling. The ISDA has been writing and releasing rules for digital asset swaps. Of course, I did talk about the BI study on how much money is behind derivatives. It was $632 trillion at that point. For a while now, Ripple has been focusing on this market, and even people in the community have brought up Codius. I'm not sure if Codius is still being worked on. It's been around since 2021. It's still important to bring up. I think this is one of the markets that is ready to be shaken up. That is, if we really look. As for some of these statements, they came from the ISDA on January 18, 2022, when they were making rules for contracts for crypto derivatives. Also, on January 26, 2023, ISDA released standard meanings for digital asset derivatives. Also, here is the amount from the bias. After that, Ripple got a patent in the US for a new smart contract design that is based on Oracle. It was October 2020. Ripple's patent design would let swaps settle based on data from outside sources like temperature data. We also know that Ripple has always been interested in swaps. It has always been a very important part. All of this is important because it means that XRP will make history next year. If I thought this was really nice, I wouldn't bring it up. Like connected to something, what do we want to talk about? What will XRP do in the coming year? Is it going to reach a new high point and make history? Yes, that might be it. Or is something much bigger about to happen? What we know is that Bitstamp is building a derivatives market on the XRP ledger. Also, Robinhood will buy Bitstamp in 2025. And I've already said this a lot on the show. Here is the official statement from Bitstamp. Robinhood will buy Bitstamp. Also, Ripple's XRP ledger is going to help Bitstamp's new derivatives market. Now, Robinhood just put XRP back on its list. Robinhood chose to back XRP once more. At the same time, they're buying Bitstamp, which has been one of the top XRP platforms for a long time. We also have stablecoins ready in every major currency on the XRP ledger, ready for the futures market, ROUSD. These come from Chad. Every single one of them can be seen if we look at the issue tokens here. Ved even said, I think Ripple stablecoin and XRP have great chances. Now you can see that Bitstamp works with XRP ledgers. It is, in fact, very interesting. It's also interesting to know that Bitstamp has already released the following stablecoins on the XRP ledger. These are the main ones. The tech infrastructure is now in place for Robinhood to sell the XRP ledger issue tokens as well. And this is the official news that Robinhood bought Bitstamp back in June. I think it's very interesting how all of this fits into time. It's almost like everything is lined up just right. Besides this, I also want to talk about some of the things the ISDA has said, and even this announcement from October 22nd. There are two pieces here from the ISD that can be found under their tags for tokenization. The first thing is that this is more of a podcast. The US bond market is stronger now that it's episode 40. Tokenization is exactly what this is based on. It's crazy because a lot of this won't be heard at all. No one is going to really look into it. It doesn't bother them. They don't believe it will happen. However, the ISDA has been paving the way for tokenized futures. They've worked with players for a while now. After that, on May 21st, 2024, ISDA tokenized the collateral advice note. To say it again, tokenization is something that all of the big organizations want to do. This isn't just a random name. It is one of the biggest groups out there. Some of these moves need to be watched by everyone. Then on October 22nd, we have tokenization as well. The head of innovation at BI says the private sector needs to be open to change. We can't wait any longer. We need to make sure we're locked in. Our attention needs to be on the goal at this point. We're here because the banking systems we have now won't work tomorrow. That's interesting. She thinks that tokenization needs to meet two main conditions in order to work on a world level. One is about digital identity and the other is about rules. While different areas are making their own rules, they need to be recognized by each other, which, takes time. If not, tokenization might only catch on in some places, missing out on the possible benefits for everyone. Well, let's take a closer look at what's going on here. Things are moving along. All we have to do is be patient. That's literally it. All we have to do is be patient. And even down here, we have an increasing number of central banks are looking to allow for a DLT-based financial